Well, hello and welcome back again. It's now the 14th of October. A few days ago I was sat here with my dance set and my HMV record players, and I said it was 21 degrees. Well, it's only 4 days later than that, or 4 or 5 days, I don't know, and the temperature now is a mere 7 degrees. So someone is obviously turned down the thermometer a wee bit. Still quite pleasant, it's still quite sunny. It did rain a lot last night. Well, having sorted out in my last video, there's a train. You can always count on a train going by when you start recording. Anyway, having sorted out the Dansette Viva last week, we're now looking at the HMV 3028 desktop record player, and this one has a few issues, I believe. I mean, looking right away at it, well, you can't see it from there. I'll take a photo in a minute and put it up. The mains lead is very dodgy. Someone's put an iron lead on it and used just an ordinary connector to put it on. I haven't done any checks on it, but I'm definitely going to check this one before I plug it in. It's got a very clean deck on it, and it just looks great. And again, I'll put a photo of that up. So I'm going to take this into the garage now and into my workshop, and I'm going to have a look at it and see what's wrong with this one. Hopefully the deck's going to be alright. It looks in better condition than the Dansette was, but there are some issues. Oh, cobwebs and bits and pieces in there. This one was made in 1969, and it's got an input for tape and radio, volume, treble and bass, and all this looks in pretty good condition. And yeah, it's looking, once it's been tidied up a wee bit, it's looking quite good. So I'm going to take this into the workshop now and explore it further. So enjoy. I'll see you there. There it is, open up, and I was wrong about this machine on 2 counts. First of all, obviously there's no transformer. The mains lead comes right in, and you can see it connected here. Don't worry, it's not plugged in, to the on and off switch, and an earth connection going down to the chassis and to this, so the whole thing is earth. It has a power supply, printed circuit board, transistor output, and a dropper power supply to produce the required voltage. So that's basically all it is. There's no valves in it. There's 2 output transistors, and I will now download a circuit for this. I've just banged my hand. Oh, I can't believe I did that on the edge of this metal. I'll download the circuit for it and then take it from there. But the first job is to replace this this old mains lead and get a new one fitted. Actually had one in my stock of bits, so that's not going to be a real problem. So I'll get back to you when that's done. Issue, as you can see, is that someone has cut off the original mains lead and added in it's either a toaster cable, or I suspect a cable from an iron, but it's that needs replacing right away, definitely. So we're going to get on with that. So I'm going to disconnect it and then do some mega tests on it. So let's get on with that. Well, okay, the new mains cable has been fitted after a bit of a struggle, but that's all gone right through to the switch now, and everything looks fine. So now we can switch it on and see what stuff we're getting. Now I've made sure that that's on bypass. I'm now going to turn it on here, and I'm now going to turn it on here, so be prepared. Right, we've got a very bad mains hum on it, so I'm going to turn it off now. That's behaving okay. Right, so we now got to explore what's causing that awful noise. This is a transistor machine, but I suspect there's something wrong with the power supply on it or within the smoothing capacitor. So I'm going to unplug it now. At least it didn't blow everything up this time, which was good. Oh, that's a bit loose. I'll put that on a bit tighter. At least we didn't blow up anything this time, so that's all good. That's better. So now it's unplugged. I can open it up here and see what the culprit might be. Now there is a big smoothing capacitor here, and I suspect that might be the problem on it. So what we have to do now is find out where that one actually is connected, but to do that I'm going to need, I think it might be quite a simple job of unsoldering it from there. At least you can get at this thing. It's quite easy to work on, actually. Let's see if that's the one. I suspect it is, but I'm going to try now get hold of the circuit diagram and find out if what actually could be causing that hum. So be back with you soon. Well, hello again, and I'm ready to start the repair again, back in the garden, because it's still a very a bit chilly, but it's still quite a nice October day, and my package has arrived from Amazon containing the capacitors I need to fix the hum on the HMV recorder. So that's where I'm going to go now. Come a little bit closer to you. That's better. I seem miles away then. Anyway, I'm going into there now and fit this capacitor, and hopefully that will cure the hum. Also, I've been able to download the circuit diagram, so we'll have a quick look at that as well. So let's go back inside and carry on. Well, there's my package with the electrolytic capacitors in. These are only 1,000 microfarads. I thought of using 2 to give it 2,000, but I don't want to strain the rectifier too much, so I'm going to keep it to 1,000, and I think that will eliminate the hum completely. So that's those, and then over here we have my circuit diagram, which is I'm really pleased with it. I downloaded that. I think it cost me $150 to download it, but it's not bad at all. So that does everything I want it to do. So hopefully now I can fix the hum on the player. Right, I'm jumping ahead a little bit. I'm in now from the garden. I've unpacked my package, and as you can see, I fitted the electrolytic in, making sure the polarity is right. Ground is positive on this machine, and I've replaced this chunky capacitor, 1,500 microfarads. It was on the other side of the board, but unfortunately these electrolytics that I bought aren't long enough to go safely into the little holes on the other side. Now I managed to buy 4 of these 1,000 microfarad capacitors at 50 volt working, but I'm only going to use 1 because I think 1,000 will probably do the trick. It's enough capacity to get rid of any hum that we're going to get from the full wave rectifier. So the one I've replaced, as I showed you earlier, is this one. So I'm now going to turn it on and see what hum, if any, we're going to end up with. So that's on direct, that's turned off. So I'm now going to turn it on and turn this one on, and right away I can see activity or feel activity, a little bit of hum there, but not very much at all. If I turn, put the microphone next to it, and that's at full volume, so quite happy with that. I'll put a signal through now from my signal generator. I'll put an AF signal through and see what we get. So that's working nicely. Got a good clean audio signal through there. So quite happy with that. I'll turn this off before I forget, because that always happens. And I can hear and feel the motor spinning quite nicely, so that all seems to be working. What I am a bit doubtful about is when I touch the head, I've got absolute zero noise from the pickup. So I'm going to now just turn this off, move all this around, and I'll come back to you again. I'm now going to apply a signal to the pickup wire, and what I'm dreading is so I've got a strong signal through from the pickup cable, but I don't think there's anything from the head itself, but there's nothing at all from the head, and that really was my worst fears. Although this is all working really nicely, there's no hum. I think the deck's working. Let me try. Yeah, it's rotating nicely, so all that's going fine. But unfortunately, can't play you any music from this one, because the head is broken. Well, unfortunately, that's not the outcome I was anticipating. Amplifier's working, deck's working, all going lovely, but I'm failed at the post. I'll take a photo of the actual head with the stylus out to let you see it, so I'll put that up now.
As the head was damaged anyway, I thought there's nothing to lose, so we'll strip it down. This is the amount of crud that gathers in where the needle actually sits into the head, and you can just see how dirty it is. And this is the head disconnected. You can see there's corrosion, and one of the ceramics is broken. There's another view of it. So there's no hope for this, unfortunately. The lugs also broke off, and there's the stylus, and as you can see, it is quite worn and will need replacing. And this is the head which we need. And this is the BSR X3M, the mono stereo head that we need to complete the repair. Well, it's going to cost $49.80, so I'm not so sure whether it's a good investment. We know the machine works, and we have to just make a decision on that. But for a moment, I'm not going to do it.
Well, here I am again. I'm sorry it's come to such an ignominious end. I was hoping to get this all working and playing, and put some of my vinyl on that I used to play when I did discos. And I remember doing discos in Scotland, and one of my favourite records I used to play was this, and always got people on the floor. And it's Stephanie Mills, Never Knew Love Like This Before, and this is the original record, the original piece of vinyl I used to play. So it's just so nostalgic, but unfortunately I can't play it for you at the moment. However, perhaps if I can get this fixed, or can find a cheap enough cartridge for it, I will put it on, just a little bit of it, again because of copyright. Well, this has been a bit of a protracted video, and you can never predict the end of these things. This end I was hoping to be much more successful than it is, but it's not over yet. I'm determined to get this working. I will try and get a cartridge for it, and then we'll have a burst of music. Until then, please look after yourselves. Thank you to all my subscribers for subscribing, and to all my viewers, no matter in what part of the world. Look after yourselves, and please take care. See you again soon. Why do I love vinyl so much? Why do I love turntables so much? I don't know. There's just something magic about it, and this is why it's magic, because you can get your deck set up, you can listen to vinyl, you can watch it, you can smell it. It's just incredibly nice to see. So I do love it, and wow.